Dude, I went dungeoning the other day.
Dungeoning. Oh,
Yeah.
like spelunking.
Yeah, kind
exploring.
of. Yeah, exploring. Yeah. There's a dungeon around the corner that we like to get together and, fight the boss at the end and do all that.
Get the party together.
Yeah, it's good. It's good fun. But we actually found this.
Holy
It was pretty
shit,
good fun.
what is that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh
I
my
actually have
God.
no idea what this is. It lights up. It makes some noise. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God, let me see that.
Yeah.
The hell?
Pretty
Wait a
cool.
second. I think I know. Wait. I think I know what this is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think this is a $50 Temu lightsaber that I bought off of Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, it's actually funny you say that because I actually also found one.
Oh. Wow, would you look at that?
Yeah. And it changes
changes
color
colour,
too.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, anyway, welcome back to the Wizard's
Welcome
Tower.
back to the Wizard's Tower. It's pretty good. How do you turn it off?
The Wizard's Tower!
Terrible week this week.
Oh my.
Absolute
God.
terrible week.
Yeah, it's let's have a fun little podcast.
No.
Oh, actually, my life is shit.
Shit.
My,
Going to shit.
It's like terrible.
It was just shit.
My life is shit and I deserve it.
I don't know if I deserve it, but
Well,
it's shit.
Oh, it's debatable. it's up for discussion.
My license plates off my car got fucking stolen.
I didn't realize where you were going
That's
with
what-
this.
that's what it
Yeah, I forgot that
is.
actually happened.
Yeah. So yesterday we pull out of the house, of the tower, and I
Yeah.
look over my car and I'm like, something's missing. Something doesn't look right. I'm like, fuck, both my license plates were stolen.
Yeah, I was driving past. I was going, "Oh, the bloody bastard that's parked a stolen car in front of our house, our tower."
I was so sad. I was like, what the fuck? So I go down and sort of look at my car. Both license plates were stolen, front and back.
Well, at least they're consistent. Well,
Yeah,
if they did
yeah.
one, I'd be probably more upset.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if they just did one.
Yeah.
It'd make the car look a bit uneven, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'd be like, "Oh my God."
But yeah, so I was pretty pissed off with that. So then I rang the cops to let them know that my license plates were stolen because I didn't really think about who steals license plates. But then you were like, they would steal them and then put them on stolen cars.
Yeah.
And then rob places with it. And then
Yeah.
I'd get in trouble. I'd need the alibi.
Well,
you know what I mean?
they'd be like, yeah.
They'd be
yeah.
like, why'd you steal? Why were you at the servo stealing stuff? And I was like, oh, that wasn't me, I swear. But yeah, so they stole my license plates. And I was like, shit. So I rang the we were driving to climbing and then we saw cops on the side of the road. And I was like, oh, I should just ask them for some advice.
Yeah, they were talking to a guy that was wrapped in a bath towel.
Yeah, he looked.
It was like no, not a bath towel, like a curtain. Like
Yeah.
he made like an outfit out of a curtain.
Yeah, he might have been going on one of them fancy dress parties for. He definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I
it
don't
was
know.
crack.
What
He
are
was
you? I'm a
he was-
shower curtain?
He was
I
on
don't know.
crack. He
Yeah.
looked fucking Anyway, so I walked up to one of the cops who was sort of on the phone away from the bath towel man, and I was like, oh man, my license plates just got stolen. Like, can I obviously I don't expect you to find them right now, but can you give me some advice? Like, what do I do? You know?
Oh, I actually just found license plates
Yeah,
down the
are
road. They
these
were just
yours?
lying there. Yeah. Always keep a spare pair on me. There you go. You can have mine.
But yeah, so he was like, well, I'll just ring this number, and then I was like, oh fuck's sake. So I rang them, reported that they were stolen, and the guy on the phone was like, do you have any like CCTV cameras outside of your house? And I was like, no, but our neighbors across the road do. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, maybe he's going to be like, get the footage and then we might be able to help you. And he goes, oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't think the cops are really going to bother to come out and try and find some license plates on a Monday. And I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah. And I was like, and then I knew the answer, but I was like, do you guys get me new license plates? And he's like, nah, you got to call Vic Roads. And I was like, I hate Vic Roads.
Yeah.
Vic
yeah.
Roads is such a pain in the anything to do with my car, I fucking hate it. And Vic Roads is the embodiment,
Like the
physical
epicenter, yeah.
epicenter of that. So I got to fucking organize that. So
Yeah, that sucks.
not a great start to the week. And Monday was a public holiday, so it was like, good
So
vibes.
no one was on.
Yeah.
No one was available really. I'm surprised that the non-emergency helpline was even on.
Honestly,
They're like,
yeah, it's a
you got to
public
call
holiday."
000 and they're like, no, it's a public holiday, mate. We can't.
Sort yourself
Crime
out.
stops on a public holiday. But
Yeah.
that reminds me of when, look, man, petty theft, petty crimes, the police will never help you.
Oh, no, of course
you gotta become Liam Neeson in the movie Taken, and you gotta take the
Well, I don't know if that was
law
a petty
into your own hands.
crime, was it? His daughter getting kidnapped. The police still didn't help him.
Yeah, well,
Petty crimes.
Yeah, it was
Ah,
petty crime.
kidnapping, who
Well,
cares?
what can you
They
do?
basically stole something. It's the same as stealing a license plate. so-
Exactly right. But the same thing happened to me. And this was like the turning point in my life where I realized the police are not like these like, you know, ethereal heroes that
Who's
you
gonna
think
save
are
the
going to like
day,
just help you sort of thing like they do in the movies.
Yep.
Well, at least for,
Some movies.
you know, getting a license plate stolen
Yeah,
on a phone
yeah.
or whatever.
But I don't like. What are they gonna do?
Well,
Like,
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I got scammed when I was selling something on Gumtree.
Ah, yes.
I got like a fake bank transfer screenshot sent to me.
Ah, fuck.
And I was like, and the way that they do it, these scam artists do it, they're like, they create a sense of urgency. They tug on your heartstrings.
Yeah.
They make you do this like split decision. So like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And then they disappear. So they were like, oh, you know, like I work in Chinchilla and like it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow and she really wants a phone and obviously I can't get that to you, but like my wife will come and pick it up and like is it all right if, you know, blah blah blah, like can I just transfer you? And I was like, oh fuck, like I don't do bank transfers, but I was like, oh, all right, yeah, fine. And so he sends a screenshot. Upon further looking back on it, it was pretty clearly fake. But I was like, you know, it was kind of like they rushed to do it. And then this guy comes to my house to pick it up. Again, hindsight's 2020. Guy did look pretty sketchy. Came in flip-flops, kind of looked like a bit of a junkie. And
It looked like he was really good at Photoshop though. Yeah. Like, you could just tell. It's like, he looks
I grabbed the phone out and I was like, yeah, well, I've even wrapped it. You know, I've like made sure like everything's right for your daughter. And he's like, what? And I was like, you know, your daughter, because like it's for your daughter's birthday. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah. And he grabbed it and I was like,
oh yes, little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, I was like,
couldn't think of her name. Like, oh yes.
He's like, oh yeah, thanks. And then walked off and I was like, I don't think that guy was legit. And I was like, fuck. And then I was like, I would run inside and grab my phone. I just fucking sold it and I haven't bought the new phone yet. So I was like, oh fuck. And I like sort of go out to the driveway to see them. And they just pulled off and I just missed them. And then I went to found out it didn't transfer. I went to the cops.
Damn, they just stole your phone.
Yeah. And
they didn't really steal your phone. You just gave them the phone.
I went to the cops and I got made fun of.
Yeah.
The cop was like, you actually fell for that? And I was like, yeah, I did. Okay. I'm 18. Yes, I fell for that. Do I feel stupid?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't need
Have
you.
I already been punished? Yeah, my phone's gone and I don't have the $800.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And he was like making fun of me. He was like, bro, that's really dumb. I can't believe you fell for that. And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you really want me to like do a police report? And I was like, yeah, I do actually. Fucker. And then finally, like, you know, we did the police report and all that. He was like ridiculing me the whole time. It was like so awesome and patronizing and it was cool. Anyway, I get a call like 2 years later from the police officer.
What?
And he's like, yeah, can you come in to do some like, you know, pick out some people from like a photo.
From a line?
Not from an actual lineup, but they had photos of people.
I didn't know they actually did that.
Yeah, and they were like, because it turns out that scam that I got, you know, caught with, those people, it was like this full-on like crime syndicate type thing, this crazy scam they were running, and it started out with little things like phones and stuff with mine, and eventually they were doing that scam and stealing like boats and cars and stuff like that. And this guy was like, yeah, so it's actually like, it turns out like a lot of people have fallen for it.
So
and
funny.
yeah, we actually do need to catch these people now. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
where was
Yeah, I
that
remember
2 years
2 years ago you were making fun of me for falling
Wow.
for it. People are giving their boats away doing the same thing.
What a great little full circle story.
Yeah, and
Justice prevails.
Yeah, and they were like, and he's like, do you want us to? I couldn't remember him at that point, so I couldn't point him out on the lineup. It's fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years too late.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want to like try and seek? I think it's called like reprimands or something, so that they pay you back.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's what it's called. But
Yeah,
like, do you want to
something
seek
like
for
that.
them
Yeah,
to pay
yeah.
you back?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. And he's like, well, look, I'll be honest. You probably won't ever see that money again because eventually, like when they even make enough money to pay it back, and even if they do pay it back,
Yeah.
it's in like $1 installments or some shit.
800 days of $1
Well, 'cause
installments.
They probably have so many people
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
have to like pay back. He's like, it'll probably take you like 40, 50 years to like get the money back anyway.
I would say fuck it. Yes.
And I was like, yeah, fuck him.
good.
Yeah, you need to pay me back. Yeah,
fucking
good.
no.
Yeah,
They're
I want
paying
you.
a
I want you to
boat
be
back.
paying me $1 back every
Yeah.
week of your life for the rest of your life.
I want you to be pissed off that you're $1 shorter every fucking day.
Yeah, I couldn't
fucking
believe it.
oath.
Yeah. Anyway, and
That's
that was
crazy.
but that whole interaction when they were like making fun of me and they were like, we're not like your phone got stolen.
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry, like we have more
Yeah.
important things to do. That's what really made the switch in my head
Yeah,
where I
be
was
like-
like, okay, police will do nothing basically 99% of the time unless you physically hand them like a perfect summary of just like, yep, we've got it.
Yeah,
Here's the
yeah,
100% the evidence. This is the guy that
Do
did
all the
it. This
work
is where
for
he
it, yeah.
lives. Here's all of the evidence
Yeah.
here.
I wonder if
Otherwise, they won't do
I
anything.
wonder if I did go across the road and got the CCT footage and saw them stealing my number plates, showed that footage to the police if they would do anything about it. Because that could be kind of fun.
I mean, they probably like do a police report and then they just let it sit there.
Yeah.
Probably.
It
Or you
might
could
be-
go to Channel 9.
Oh,
and you could
with
get
it?
money.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, and send it into Channel
Crime
9.
in the streets of
Yeah,
Melbourne.
That's not bad.
License plates being stolen by youths.
Maybe I will. Maybe it could be fun. They probably would have like a CCT where it's like every 24 hours it resets or whatever, wouldn't they?
Maybe. It depends
Yeah.
what setup they've got. But yeah, oh my God, you could get like $1,000 from Channel 9 to do that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Submit the footage.
Yeah. What if we
It would
just
pay for your
fake it?
license plate.
That'd be sick. Get Channel 9 and pay for my license plate.
What if we fake it?
What if we just fake it?
You get new license plates.
Us dressed
and
up in
then
wizards outfits stealing my license plate.
and submit it to Channel 9.
Two wizards.
Wizard madness.
That'd be funny. We should make that a fucking short. Just put it on Insta, just like on the story.
Yeah,
Two
damn.
wizards committing crime.
But anyway, what else happened to you on the week? Sorry, that was a crazy tangent. but-
What else happened? We went to see Mickey 17 at the premiere.
oh, yes, we
That
did.
was pretty good. It was. Look, it was
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
it was-
Just think about what you're going to say before you open your fucking
I-
mouth. Okay, this is an
I-
audio. This is an audio
Is-
medium.
is-
I bet everybody at home's thinking, "Oh, is there a fly in my car right now?" No, it's Mitch trying to
I
figure
did
out
this
what
last
he's going to
week.
say
too. I
next.
couldn't think of that. It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. I was expecting a little bit more from Bong Joon-ho. I think it's probably. I don't think it was terrible. No means. I don't think
Bong
it was
Joon-ho,
terrible.
obviously famous for
Parasite. Snowpiercer.
yeah,
Murder Mysteries of Murder. I think that's what it's called.
Mysteries of Murder.
I think it's called Mysteries
True.
of Murder. Murder Mysteries, something like that. And The Host.
Yeah,
think.
he's a good director.
He's great. He's a great
Yeah.
director. He won an Oscar for Parasite. Parasite, arguably one of the best movies of the last 10 years. Unbelievable. Mickey 17, I was going in expecting the science fiction, like moral dilemma of what it means to die, what it means to be reborn, like this whole sort of these darker themes, these dark comedic sort of tone.
Because basically it's Robert Pattinson.
Robin Pattinson, he becomes an expendable, and there's no spoilers in the trailer. This is the premise of the movie. He becomes an expendable and he has to do dangerous missions, and who dies and then gets reborn and comes back alive after he dies, and he sort of gets sent on doing like expeditions to like
Yeah.
plan, like to
He
do all
like-
the dangerous things.
Signs up basically
Yeah.
to do missions where he'll die, and then
die,
they reprint him with all his memories, and then he
yeah.
just keeps
and
doing
then he keeps doing it.
dangerous
And
stuff.
this is the 17th. So Mickey 17, he's died 16 previous times, and now we're on to Mickey 17.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be a bit more darker themes in terms of like, morale. Is it, okay? They sort of touch on it a little bit, but they didn't like go into as much as I was hoping for. And then it became very political, and it was sort of almost like a political satire commentary of what's happening in today's American climate with Trump and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I was expecting, and it was very on the nose. Parasite's got like some themes that you sort of have to dig for a little bit. So I was a little bit,
Yeah, it was a lot more political than I would have thought, and which, in my opinion, I felt like might date the movie
Yeah.
very much as well, which I wasn't a big fan of. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, this is clearly a commentary on literally what's going on right
Yeah.
now, and I feel like similar to when all those movies were like,
Oh my god, and COVID's just
Yeah,
happened. Hey
yeah.
guys, remember when we were all locked inside? Isn't that crazy?
It just reminded me
Like-
of fucking Fortnite and Endgame. It was like instantly dates the movie.
Yeah, that's
you know what
so
I mean?
true,
It just reminds.
yeah.
It just whenever they talk about something that's happening right now, even the boys did a little bit, and it's not as like it's more taking the piss rather than. But even that still kind of dates it.
Yeah.
When these movies go after things that are happening right now, I'm like, I'm gonna watch. If I ever watch this movie again in like 10 years time, I don't know if I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, that's right. I don't know if it's gonna be like a good thing.
Yeah.
I
and
don't
like-
know. I don't know.
I
Maybe
just think
I'll
for such
like
a-
it more in 10 years time. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it was such a great premise for a
Yeah.
movie that
Yep.
it was weird that it almost got derailed by political kind of like
yeah, I agree.
themes. I was like, man, it would have been cool. Exactly what you said. Like, it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice to just explore the morality more of like capitalism and like the way that, you know, they printing people and like people actually actively signing up to be killed and
Yeah.
printed and all that. And what is it?
What does that mean?
and
Yeah, and they
all
talk
sort
about
of
that. Like,
stuff.
does that person go to heaven? Are they multiple souls? And they had like these religious thoughts to it. And I was like, oh, that's really cool themes. And then it just sort of like doesn't go fully down that way and like gets distracted by something else. And then I was like, oh, but that sounded really cool. I wanted to hear more about that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then all the other characters besides Robert Pattinson and Mark Ruffalo to an extent, they don't feel fleshed out. They're sort of just orbiting Mickey. They're not like their own
Yeah.
character. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like his best friend. I was like, oh, he's got a cool story. I want to know more about him. And then you don't really know. Anyway, I just was a bit like, and it felt like a long 2.5 hours. Like I was sort of sitting there and I was like, oh, this is it like ramped up and then it would like slow right down again and then ramp up again and then slow right down again. And
Yeah,
not
it
like
had some strange pacing. For
yeah,
sure.
the pacing was kind of weird, but I didn't hate it. I just was like, I think I went in expecting something, and I didn't receive that. So then I was kind of like maybe a little bit disappointed. So maybe I need to sit on it for a little bit, come back and watch it again with the idea of what it actually is to sort of
Yeah.
get more of a appreciation for it. But it was good. It was good.
It was good.
I recommend going and seeing. I feel like people, if you go in with the mindset that it's going to be political, I feel like people might enjoy it a bit more than what I did.
Yeah, I was watching a TikTok and someone was like,
Mickey 17 is the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
and I was like,
well.
did we watch the same
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, in your life?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Have
Three
you seen
movies?
Parasite?
Yeah. Have you seen any other movies?
Yeah,
It's a great
yeah.
movie.
It is
but-
great. It is great. It looked amazing. Like it looked amazing. It had some really funny moments in it. But yeah, I just wasn't expecting what it was, and I think that's what let it down for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, if you really want a good analysis of it, go check out fucking Moist Critical Charlie's video because he literally says everything that I was thinking about the movie, and that's his was like word for word, spot on.
True.
Yeah.
And that's what made your week the worst week ever.
No, just that day.
Watching Mickey 17
No.
and being like, it was political.
It was okay.
It was okay. It was a good movie, but it wasn't what I expected.
What I expected. No, what made it the worst week was my fucking number plate getting stolen on the public holiday Monday.
Yep.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
sort of trying
yeah.
to put it behind me in my work. It's still got plenty of the week to go.
Yeah, fair
You know what
enough,
I mean?
honestly. Yeah, yeah.
Hasn't been a great start to the week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Familiar or fraud?
This segment is a new one that we haven't done before, which is something that Mitch came up with. And basically, it is where I give Mitch 3 magical creatures, and you have to guess which one I completely made up. 3 obscure magical creatures you might not have heard of before.
This is a great segment.
And I'll give you the backstory of them. I'll give you a
okay.
little bit of a description, and you've got to decipher which one is the fake one.
Which one is
the
the fraud?
imposter, the familiar, or the fraud?
2 familiars and a fraud.
Yeah. How is your bestiary knowledge? Have you studied up on?
Pretty limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
didn't
think
take
so.
that. That was an elective, and you
No,
you
I didn't
take
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Didn't
I
have
did
Hagrid for your teacher?
No, I did herbology with.
Little beastie.
If you're gonna bring out basilisk,
That actually was
hippogriff-
one of them. That actually was
I'm
one
gonna
of the
be like,
ones. I was like
okay.
looking it up, and they're like obscure creatures you may never have heard of. The basilisk,
Basilisk.
and I was like,
Okay.
yeah,
I've
I have heard of that one.
It's like basilisk, hippogriff, and then Dementor, and I'm like, come
wow,
on, bro.
fuck. All right, okay. All right, let me just okay. All right,
No,
here we
I'm ready. I'm
go.
locked in.
I actually have 4, and now I got to choose which ones to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I've got it. All right. The first creature is wait, hang on. Maybe I should do it in this voice.
The first creature is
Yeah, I like this.
the Baku. One of the most fascinating and rare creatures. The Baku is a magical beast of Japanese folklore, which was created from the leftover parts of all other animals made by the gods. With the trunk of an elephant, the tail of a cow, the body of a bear, and the paws of a tiger.
That's cool.
It devours nightmares, enabling children to go back to sleep
Wow.
after a bad dream.
Wow, so it's a good monster.
It's a good beast.
Wow.
I don't know how the Japanese knew what an elephant was.
Interesting.
I don't think there's any elephants in Japan, but apparently that's what it's got.
True.
Yeah.
There might be mammoths. They might have reimagined mammoths. Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's
I'm
the first
feeling
one.
like that's a familiar. That's just my first impressions of that.
With the
I feel like
trunk
that's
of an
that's
elephant,
real.
the tail of a cow, the heart of a child,
Oh.
the
The brain of a child.
the brain of a child,
and the heart of a smoker.
the anus of a blue whale, yeah, the lungs of a smoker,
They really just fucking splice it all together.
the eyes of a blind man with maybe 220 vision, so he can kind of see, but
eyes
not
of a-
really. More
it's
of
just
just
the
like
worst part.
shapes. And you're like,
The eyes of a bat.
yeah, you're like, what? This
This
guy
is the
sucks.
worst fucking animal ever.
The legs of a millipede. You're like, what? What the? Why would you? That's just mean. That's just mean.
It's the
That is
worst
mean.
animal.
The legs of a millipede. The tusks of a small ant.
Frank's neck.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one is
The next one is the Idris. Often taking the form of a man with extraordinary strength, the Idris comes from Bulgarian folklore. It is said that the Idris targets only families and uses its strength to tear them apart limb from limb before vanishing without a trace.
First of all, if this is the fraud, well done. I'm really excited to play it because if the next one is as hard to pick as these two,
yeah.
I'll be fucking so impressed. Because
Okay,
that one
well-
there, I'm like, if this is a fraud, you've done so fucking well.
Okay,
Because I
well-
feel like that's a familiar as well.
It could very well be. I guess we may never know. Well,
Like,
we will
this-
know after this segment.
This
but
next one, the bubble blue. It's so shit.
the
Oh,
poopy
it's-
butt.
Yeah. Clearly
This
making it.
next one, the farty poo.
Okay.
I just describe an in the night garden creature.
This next one, the ninky knock.
It's playful
Known for-
whistles.
This one, the Teletubby. A small television in its chest.
Okay. This next one.
Lives on a strange planet with the sun as a baby. Whoa.
Okay,
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
this third one, the Indrik, a mysterious hybrid creature from Russian folklore. The Indrik said to have the body of a bull, the legs of a deer, and the head of a horse. It has a horn like a unicorn, which it sheds periodically and buries. It's a gentle and shy creature, avoiding eye contact with humans and living in mountainous regions. Sorry, contact, not eye contact. It'd be weird if...
Eye contact.
Eye contact. Oh, you can still
Super
see it. It's
shy.
like,
So shy.
no, please.
Don't look at me.
Okay, so those are the three. Those are the three that you got
Wow.
there. So we have the
Wow.
Baku, the Idris, and the Indrik.
I'm going to say all three sound familiar. This is unbelievable. This might be the hardest thing I've ever had to... This is fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, so the number one was like a splice together of multiple things from Japan. I
Yep.
feel like... So I've watched all of One Piece, and that's a theme in one of the arcs where there was like these animals all spliced together.
Okay.
And the creator of One Piece has been known to sort of pull from folklores and like a lot of the
Okay,
admirals
okay.
are based
Yeah,
off
yep.
real people, you know? So it's sort of based off real things.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that's a familiar.
Okay. Yep.
Right? The second one, just give me a quick rundown of the second one again.
Idris,
Yep. Idris.
often taking the form of a man with extraordinary strength.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
from Bulgarian folklore.
Bulgarian folklore.
Yep.
I feel like I'm starting to read you now because all these are fucking amazing. So now I'm trying to like read your mind.
Okay.
And try and figure. I think I'm leaning towards that being the fraud because Bulgarian folklore sounds like Bulgarian. Like it sounds like something you'd like you'd pull from. You know, like it's Bulgarian. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay.
It's like something you're like you didn't research Bulgaria. You were like fuck it, I'm gonna pull Bulgarian. So he's like throws him off. And then the third one was a Russian,
Yep. Russian folklore.
and that was also like a spliced together like creature.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's a familiar as well. I think I think the middle one is the fraud.
That's what you think?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep. Lock it in.
That was correct.
Yes,
That
I
was,
fucking
that
knew
was
it.
correct.
You should have gone with Bulgaria, bro. It's too random.
But okay, fair enough.
Yeah, bro. That's
fair enough.
I wasn't even worried about They're all fucking great. I believed every single one of them. But if you didn't say Bulgaria and you said like a Chinese mystic or something, I would have been like, oh, okay,
Well,
yeah.
do you want to know where I got the idea for the Idris?
Not going. It's fucking good.
I based the Idris off of Idris Elba's character in Fast and Furious 8. Idris Elba goes after families,
That's good ass.
and he has extraordinary strength. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Idris Elba
yeah,
has
yeah.
like
he's like nanobots or some
yeah,
shit.
he's got like science fiction like nanobots in his system, so he has like super strength.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Is it Hobbs and Shaw?
I think it's Hobbs and Shaw. I think.
No, it's not Hobbs and
It's not
Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't think so. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. He goes after Vin Diesel.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he?
Mustn't have been. Yeah, right. Wow. That's really good. The Idris. The name didn't. When you said the name Idris, I was like, oh, that's a.
Oh, it is Hobbs and
It
Shaw.
is Hobbs and Shaw. I thought so.
Damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah, when you said the name Idris, I was like, that's a good name for. I believed it. That was really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh, what's a mystical name? I was like, Idris. I was
That's
like, oh my
really
god, wait,
good.
Idris Elba. And I was like, oh, and then I looked it up. I was like, oh my
Oh,
god.
so you got the name first and then got the. That's
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
basing it on something. That's really cool.
And so you didn't. So Bulgaria is what gave,
Well,
it, away.
It's the only thing that gave it away. Because I thought of
Bullshit.
the dragon from
Yeah.
Harry Potter, like it's from Bulgaria or something, and I was like,
Ooh, Bulgaria.
oh yeah,
Ooh, whatever.
yeah. That just leaves. What's that, boy?
What's that, boy?
yeah. That's what threw it off for me. The only word. Everything else was clean.
Chinese hotel. Ooh.
He does it like.
What's that, boy?
What's that, boy? He kills it. That bloke. He fucking ate and left no crumbs. I
Yeah.
think.
Marty Crouch.
Junior.
What up?
Hello, father.
What up?
I demand order.
Send a mine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done. That was really good.
Thank you.
I reckon
Yeah.
bring that back. That's a good bit.
All
I
right.
think you're good at it too, so I'm happy to guess and you keep making them up.
I don't. No, you can do it. It's all
All
good.
right. We'll switch it up.
It's too hard.
I don't know, because that was fucking good. You got to bring that every other time we do it, because that
Yeah.
was
All right.
those were 3 out of 3. The only reason I got it right is because you said Bulgaria.
Let
Went
us know in the
to-
comments below if you guys guessed correctly or if you guys guessed wrongly.
wrongly. Next creature, the Karongli.
A fucking
wrong.
idiot. A fucking idiot
Always
that listens
wrong.
to a stupid podcast about whiskey.
Uncommon Commoner.
All right, uncommon commoners. I've got 3 uncommon commoners this week. 2 of them didn't happen to me directly, but I got told about these stories.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
they happened to friends of mine. I was in
Okay,
the
yeah.
vicinity.
Yeah.
I just wasn't there directly.
I guess so.
Okay, so the first one did happen to me.
Yeah.
I was, believe it or not, at work stacking shelves,
As you do.
as I do.
Yeah.
And I look over and there was some bit of yogurt that went on the ground. Actually, someone nearly slipped over and fell over, but luckily they didn't. We cleaned it up and we put the wet floor
Well,
sign down.
yeah, slipped. Was that you?
Yeah,
Was
it was me. I slipped over.
Oh, the workers come. Come on.
And I made those
back.
like,
Banana peel just like on the ground. Who's eating bananas just throwing the peels perfectly peeled in 3 segments on the ground? What the
the
hell?
shopping cart comes over and
Yeah.
spins around.
Someone's-
Mario Kart.
Ah! Some old lady.
Mamma
little,
mia.
like mobility scooter. Just
Blue shells into the eggs.
a blue shell's like going from aisle to aisle, like from aisle 12 all the way to 1. She's like,
I'm Mario Kart. Make a fucking supermarket level. I'm
"That'd be
surprised they
so
haven't done
good.
that.
Yeah,
it makes so
that'd be
much sense.
Unbelievable.
There could
Yeah.
be shoppers just like dropping stuff.
And
Yeah.
you just go from
Aisle to
like
aisle,
aisle to
yeah.
aisle, then in the back.
yeah,
around the back room,
wow,
in the
the
milk
loading docks
section
and
or whatever.
stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Back out. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Look, there you go.
Nintendo, steal that.
Nintendo. Anyway,
Guys
so I
love
was at
stealing shit.
they do love stealing shit. I was at work, and there was a wet floor sign because of the yogurt. Because we cleaned up and we didn't have wet floor sign. We didn't want people to slip over.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's what
That's what- that's
yeah,
what-
that's what makes sense. Yeah.
A guy is pushing his trolley, sort of turns around, knocks the wet floor sign over, looks down at the wet floor sign, and then just like kicks it to the side of the aisle and then walks away. And I was staring at him. He watched me look at him. And I was like, mouth open, like, are you serious? Finished what I was doing, walked over, opened it, very attitudely, put it down, you know, very like with a lot of attitude. Walk back. The same guy has the audacity to come over to me and then ask me where like the cheese is. And I was like, oh, it's just, and gave him the most vague fucking directions where the cheese was. It's just down there, and then you turn right, and it's on your left. But just make sure, you know, that's where the other. And he just gave him like all this. And he didn't understand what I said because I spoke very quick. And he was like, right, I'm like, yeah, anyway, we'll find it. And he walks off, and I'm like, you fucking prick.
And then he kicks the sign.
Yeah, kicks the sign over again.
He slips over. Ah! Well, then there was a
'Cause the
sign
sign-
here.
Oh, that would be instant karma. I would have loved that. So that pissed me off because, like, what are you doing? Put the sign back up.
Yeah.
That's fucking dangerous.
Instant,
fuckwit.
Instant Karma compilation 130
Yeah.
on the TV.
I would love that.
Yeah, and it's him.
Slips over on the thing. So that was the first one. The second one didn't happen to me. These next two didn't happen to me. But this is both angry people.
Yeah.
So I was out the back cleaning up, and then my team was sort of in the aisle stacking the shelves, and this customer comes down, and we left like a door open because our fridges have doors on them, so we can
Yeah.
And we had a door open because we're filling the product into that fridge, so we have the door open. A guy comes over, grabs the door, and slams the door shut, and just starts screaming at one of the girls who I work with. Fucking just going off. You fuckwit, why you fucking leave? You've got a fucking brain. Oh, of course you don't. That's why you work here. You work in a supermarket. That's why. It just starts going off at
what
her.
the fuck?
And the girl is just sweetheart, absolute legend.
Yeah.
And she's just standing like, what the hell? And then one of the blokes sort of like saw it and was like, oh fuck. And then he sort of like tried to find the manager because he thought something was going to go down.
Yeah.
And the bloke just like walked off. And then my worker was like, yeah, it was super weird. She did not give a fuck. And the
Yeah.
other two that weren't getting screamed at were sort of like, that was fucking weird. And they were more like shook than what she was. She handled it like a fucking pro, but like, holy fuck. I was sad I wasn't there because I would have bloody let him know, mate. You know me.
Yeah,
you know me in
would've-
conflict,
Yeah,
mate.
you would have loved it. You would have.
I would have gave him a look.
You would have been like Donkey Kong. You would have been throwing milk cartons down. You would have had to jump over them.
The fucking kegs of milk
Yeah.
thrown down the aisle.
Kegs of milk. You guys sell that?
Nah, but that'd be sick.
That'd be crazy. They go off in like a week
Yeah.
too. So you really got to like
Really
milk.
gotta like milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was another uncommon comment. Just like, why be rude? After these uncommon comments, I'm just going to give a little moral of like, why be rude to people? They're
So
doing their
true.
job. Hey,
Yeah.
if that door wasn't open and the product wasn't on the shelf, you'd be pretty angry.
You know, and that's why people keep
Yeah.
coming back week after week to listen to this podcast because they really, you know, that's a great moral.
Yeah, it's a great moral.
It reminds me of film school when we went to that film premiere and
Hey, Lois, this reminds me of that one time we went to the film premiere and every single fucking film that was being played was something with a moral story to it.
Oh, Peter, that never happened.
It reminds me of that one time.
the place that
Someone
Whoa.
did that. I saw a TikTok which I thought would be so funny, and also I think you could probably steal and apply this to your
Oh,
streams.
go on. Pray
You'd be
tell.
like, that reminds me of the time that I did this, and then in stream have a live whip to it's
and we're going to cut this out so that no one
No
hears
one
that,
knows hears
and
that,
then
'cause it's
we'll
really
actually
funny.
do that. Yeah.
Man steals bacon from the deli. Now this is just a little headline for you. So
Man steals bacon from the deli.
what could possibly happen? Well, it was
He
like
killed
late
someone.
at
He shot
night.
someone. He shot someone.
Yeah, it just has nothing to do with
Yeah,
that
you're
at
like,
all.
oh Jesus, that's horrible.
So this bloke, he was like, it gets to like, I think 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or something, we shut the deli.
Yeah.
So then just because, I don't know why, that's just the way it is. We don't have the deli running 24/7 or whatever. So we shut the deli.
And that's the problem with
And that's the problem with this.
the problem with you people.
So he shuts the deli and the bloke comes up and there's no bacon in the, like this, in the packet bacon. He wants bacon straight out of the deli.
Yeah.
And he's like, mate, I need bacon. He's saying this to one of the night workers. And he goes, oh, we haven't got, like, there's bacon in aisle one. Go grab bacon from there. He's like, no, I want it from the deli. It's cheaper and it's nicer from the deli. And he's like, well,
I actually didn't know you guys sold. You can get bacon from the deli.
apparently
I've only ever gotten ham.
from the deli. Yeah,
And
see,
that's
same
it.
as that, yeah.
I've
yeah.
blur out everything else in
Ham
the
and
deli.
well, you could argue ham and bacon are very,
Just ham
Yeah.
and only champagne ham.
yeah, absolutely.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know the difference between them all, so I just go, just a champagne ham.
Champagne, please.
And there's like 6 different types of champagne ham, and I just let them pick
No,
it.
just fucking grab
Yeah,
some
just
from
grab
each.
one.
But yeah, so then he was like, I need bacon from the deli. He's like, mate, the deli's closed. You're not getting bacon from the deli.
Yeah.
So then he You can actually open up the front of the deli fridges.
Really?
Yeah, if you really want to. He opens up the front. I'm pretty sure he
I
can
do
open up the
want
front,
to.
or he just went around the back. Maybe he went around the back.
Yeah.
Open it
So now
up.
you're just making things up.
Well, he opened up he opened something up because that's what I remember those exact words. He opened it up, grabbed bacon,
He opened up his jacket pocket and pulled out a gun.
smashed he opened up, grabbed a handful of bacon, put it in his bag, bought everything else from the supermarket
Yeah.
except for the bacon because they wrap it up and put the barcode on it. So there was no barcode on
So
the
he
bacon.
couldn't even buy it if he wanted to.
Which he wanted to buy. Which he
buy.
wanted to buy it.
Yeah,
So really. So
I'm kind
then
of on
so
his
he grabbed
side.
the bacon, left, and just stole like a kilo of bacon from the fucking supermarket. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, how crazy.
Do they know what he looks like now? Like, are they going to
I mean, maybe
stop him and make
Yeah.
him pay for the bacon?
Maybe that's probably good. Yeah. Maybe he seemed like because he bought everything else, so he might be like a good bloke. Might be like, look, I stole a kilo of bacon. I'll pay for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
'Cause
the
he bought
bacon-
everything else.
the bacon tasted even more sweet.
Yeah, it would have
once
been
he-
tasted good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
got this for free.
But yeah, those are the uncommon commoners this week.
Best kind of bacon. It's free
Yeah.
bacon.
It makes it sound like I work at such a fucking degenerate supermarket with all these uncommon commoners. But
yeah.
I'm just very observant and I see some weird shit.
There you go.
Yeah, my uncommon commoners.
that is. There seems like you come with an uncommon commoner every week, which kind
Feels
of
like
makes
it,
me
doesn't
feel
it?
like the commoners. Maybe that's just how the commoners are. Maybe you should
They're
call it.
not
Maybe
so
you should change it
uncommon.
to common commoners
Honestly,
because
yeah.
it seems to happen quite a lot. I don't have any of these bad interactions. Actually, I did have an uncommon commoner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now that I think about it, at the dog park, classic. You talk about your work. I go, yeah, the dog park is my uncommon commoner.
That's where Frank does his work.
Yeah, there was I was just hanging out at the dog park as I usually do, walking my child, and and this dog just like runs out of nowhere, and I hear this like lady screaming behind him, like literally. I'm not trying to make fun of this person. This is genuinely how this person sounds. They're like, and I was like, oh fuck, is this dog gonna maul Frank?
Oh, no, is
And
that the kid from the Wild Thornberries?
and it was kind of like a staffy, and it like a staffy infection. It was kind of it's like a staffy infection. Yeah. Anyway, and it like ran up to Frank, and I was like, oh shit, am I gonna have to like haul this dog off of Frank? But they played really well together, and they were super friendly.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
nice.
I didn't know where the owner was.
Yep.
I was like, oh well, they're playing all right.
You could hear her, though.
This lady starts like riding her push bike over.
Okay.
She's like mid 40s maybe.
Mm.
This isn't like a worldwide thing, but especially in like Australia, or at least like, in the suburbs of Australia. If you own a bike in the city, that makes sense. If you're like 40 years old and your only mode of transportation is a bike, a push bike,
Yep.
you're not doing very well.
No, no.
If you're literally grocery bag in one hand,
yeah.
push bike in
No
the park
helmet, yeah.
at 4:00 in the afternoon, what are you doing? Anyway,
Yeah.
she rides over. Again, push bike on its own. I'm like, all right, maybe she's just going for a jog, a
yep.
bike
Yeah,
ride.
riding the bike
a
with the dogs. Not that weird.
It's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Anyway, she has a vodka cruiser in one hand.
Okay, a little bit weird.
Day
A
drinking.
little bit weird. Day drinking while exercising.
Yeah.
Kind of goated combo. I'm not going to lie. Sounds
Yeah,
pretty sick.
super.
Sounds like
No,
a
I
lot
was
more
like-
fun than just exercising.
I was like, oh dear. And also like the area we live is known for some unsavory types too from here from time to time.
Yeah, from people stealing license plates to people riding their bikes.
So people dressing up in shower
Yeah,
curtains
yeah.
and having the police called on
The
them
tower
at
is
9 o'clock
surrounded
in the
by
morning.
creatures, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, really.
Yeah. So this and you know what? This lady was very nice, but yeah, she started talking to me for the next like 25 minutes, and it was just I don't really want to talk to her because the more you talk to someone like that, the more like they get comfortable around you, and the more crazy, outlandish things they say to you. So it started out pretty normal. She was like, "Yeah, like, oh, it's my dog," and I was like, "Yep, that's your dog," and she's like just talking about just general things, and then she starts getting into like her friends and how like her friends have like gotten into like fights and stuff like that. And this is kind of like weird. And then sort of towards the end of the conversation, I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna go now. This is genuinely, again, I'm not trying to make fun of this person. Genuinely, this is an impression. I feel like this is how she sounded. I feel like I'm pretty good at impressions from time
Yeah,
to time.
yeah, exactly. So,
And she goes, talking about her dog. She's like,
Oh yeah, you know that's what happens when it's a drug dealer's dog.
And I was like, what? A drug dealer's dog? I was like,
Oh no.
oh shit, Jesus Christ! All right. And then she's like,
Yeah, you know the joke about the drug dealer dog that sees the copper dog?
and I was like, no, what's the joke? And she goes,
Yeah, when the drug dealer dog sees the copper dog, and the copper dog looks at the drug dealer dog, the drug dealer dog goes, "Oh shit! I hope the copper dog doesn't get me in trouble."
and I was like,
It's fucking.
yeah,
Wow, the delivery on that's unbelievable.
yeah. I was like, I was like, yeah,
That's.
I bet that is what a drug dealer dog would think when a copper dog.
That does have
comes
the
around.
makings of a joke for sure.
Yeah, I was like, true. All right, respect. Anyway, I was like, anyway, all right. Well, I'll see you next time. And grabbed Frank and started to walk off.
Yeah.
And she's
Run
like,
off.
And she was like, yeah. I hope I do see you. And I was like, oh fuck.
I was
and
joking.
every single time into the dog park since,
Yeah.
she's been there.
Oh, just a little bit of fear.
And every single time she has vodka cruises,
Oh.
and she's like, mind you as well, she was like full on drunk when she was talking to me as well, like completely
Yeah,
slurring her
fucked,
words and
yeah.
everything. And now she's like that every day now. And she like
sad.
whenever her dog, because the dog doesn't listen to her, it'll just run off towards like a small child or whatever in the park, and she'll just scream at it. She'll just be like,
Get back here! Get back here! No, get back here!
and you're like, but sits there on the bike, doesn't actually chase it at all.
Just drinking.
And Frank, and she always has a tissue in her hand, and Frank loves tissues. If you don't know about Frank loves eating tissues. Anyway,
Disgusting. You come home, my toilet paper's just destroyed.
yeah, she was sitting there a few days ago, barefoot. Frank comes up to her, licks her toes for one, and she just lets Frank lick her toes.
Oh,
She's like, good dog. And I was like,
No, I was like, Frank, no!
this is freaking me
No,
out.
Frank, don't do it! He's like,
anyway, and then he goes up to her and he sees her tissues in her hand, and he just stares at it. And he tries to like
Tries to keep
snatch it out of
eating
her hand, and I was like, you dirty dog.
Stop it, Frank.
Get out. And then she wasn't doing much to fight him off either.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just like,
Of course
oh
not.
my God. Yeah, anyway, that's my uncommon commoner. That's my new like encounter, my uncommon commoner encounter that I have to experience almost every day.
I was going
at
to say,
the dog
keep us
park.
updated because that sounds like good content.
Yeah. I mean, look, and the thing is, lovely lady.
Harmless.
She was so nice. But yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's all the time we have on the Wizard's Tower. If you'd like to reach the Wizards, you can send an owl to the Wizard's Tower Pod at gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok, or whatever the hell that is. Anyway, don't forget to grab your hat, grab your staff, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Wizard's Tower.